You have reached a major culmination point. I'm seeing things that have been accumulating in your experience since eclipse season of 2025. This is the third brushstroke. This lunar eclipse in Virgo is telling you a story of where the universe has been leading you. And let's just talk about February 2027 real quick. That's going to be another Virgo eclipse that will sneak in. And I'm seeing that's where the world is reading about your story. Because each eclipse has been the brushstroke of this paintbrush in the canvas of your life, where the first eclipse, it created the outline. The second eclipse, it defined the shape. And the third one, the one that you're experiencing now, is it's where the image becomes recognizable for you. Okay, something's just dropped. This is where the microphone drops for you, but it's an internal microphone drop moment. Because there's something that you're beginning to do now, or there's a place in which you've reached where the world is responding to you, and this level of clarity that you have around your mission, the level of clarity that you have about your direction, that's what I'm seeing. Give me a minute, guys. I need to pick up what just fell. Let's take a look at the linear progression of your journey through 2025 so that we can come to date of the coordinate that you find yourself within space-time right now. So backtrack to March 14th, 2025. That's when we had a Virgo eclipse at 23 degrees. And that was a heavy closure moment where there was emotional closures. There were also, karmic endings that were taking place in your life. The second one is the activation under the full equinox that was at 29 degrees of Virgo. And that was a paradoxical point in your journey, simply because it was an inception moment that was opposing both Saturn and Neptune. So old structures dissolved while a new template in your life quickly revealed itself to you around your life's direction. And now this is the third one that you're experiencing. This eclipse is almost a sequence that was seeded in the September 2025 eclipses, and this refines and carries everything that's been unfolding for you over the last year. This is the final brushstroke that reveals the pattern of your life, where this moment has been guiding you. I'm hearing where this moment is going to continue moving you towards. Nothing that happens right now should really feel like a surprise for you. Instead, it's just a moment of something becoming extremely undeniable. Okay, extremely undeniable. I don't see this moment being a shock for you, but I'm kind of getting like a glimpse into 2027 and what that entails. I'm seeing it as a surreal moment, because there is something that not only you're witnessing unfold in your life, but it's something that the world is also soon to witness. All right, let me get you on my stand, because I completely forgot to do this message, and I know that it's really important to get out for the eclipse. What represents this eclipse in the tarot? Well, this eclipse is ruled by the Nine of Pentacles, and in this deck, you can see this wonderful woman here on this, this beautiful nature, this beautiful flourishing environment, and it wasn't easy for her to get to this point. I'll go ahead and read the Nine of Pentacles for you. So this is sophistication, stability, and luxury. The Grand Palace boasts opulence and luxury. Steep spires just jut out. What? The Grand Palace boasts opulence and luxury. Steep spires jut out into the sky, and the ruby dome shines in the last of the dusk light. Here behind the palace is a garden with a tree that seems to have taken inspiration from the Grand Palace itself, shooting upwards into the sky. The giant tree is satisfied here in the shade of a monumental structure, and so are the 8 other trees encircling the garden. The Grand Palace is a visual representation of sophistication, stability, and luxury that comes with hard work. When this card appears, it's a symbol of great wealth approaching. Okay, whatever you have been diligently working towards is about to transform into physical reward. What is a culmination point, right? Full moons are a culmination point where we are actually receiving something that we had seeded for ourselves 6 months prior. And when this happens on the eclipses, it's happening on the nodal axis point. So there's a huge release where you've made a lot of room to receive something that is coming in during this eclipse season. It also says you have now you have something unique to offer and it will be sought out after by others. Okay, I just started reading the 8 of Trees. So that could be a skill that you've mastered. 8 of Trees is somebody essentially working towards their legacy. They are cultivating and mastering a skill, an ability, some type of technique that you are now being sought out after. It could be your advice or skills, but it's a sign of your masterful growth. This is the journey that you've embarked on, right? Because it starts as an Ace of Seeds energy, an Ace of Pentacles, and then she goes on this whole tumultuous journey to be able to get to this point of self-sufficiency, where the success is in whom it is that she's become, not even on the things in which she'll go on to achieve. Like, the things in which you're going to achieve are the result of whom it is that you have painted yourself to become, right? And I'm hearing on whom it is that you have returned back to. So it says, whatever you have been diligently working towards is about to transform to physical reward. Pamper yourself, enjoy the finer things in life, because there's nothing wrong with imbibing in your prosperity. The challenge here is not to let the material aspects of success swallow you completely. Stay humble and remember that things were not always this way. So there's a moment of coming back to yourself. I feel like it's a moment of really appreciating how far it is that you have come, because the 9 of Pentacles is literally a card of sovereignty, self-trust, somebody being grounded in their confidence, and that's somewhere that you're arriving at completely. It's the quiet mastery of someone that has literally cultivated themselves from the inside out, because she goes on this journey, I'm hearing, that's undisclosed, that is not necessarily seen by the world until she is seen by the world. But even then, the world only sees the surface reflection and not everything that's happened on the days that no one was watching. So yeah, it's a path that has this level of grace. It's like you're gracefully arriving at this area of your life, and it's rarely ever loud. It's not someone that announces themselves through words, but they announce themselves through their presence. They announce themselves through the way that they apply themselves. And that is a microphone drop moment, because even opening up this read, like, I dropped something off the table and it just dropped, and then it shook me. And I'm seeing that there's something that you're doing, or there's somewhere that you're arriving where your presence itself and the things in which you're doing and not announcing. You know, the tree's energy is silence is its own transmission. Nature does not have to, rush, and everything is still accomplished. Trees do not announce their growth when we talk about a 9 of Pentacles energy, right? It's not like she's shouting off the rooftop. She's just there in the moment. So this eclipse is pretty much asking you, where have you matured emotionally? Where have you relied upon yourself and proven to yourself time and time again that you can rely on yourself? And also, where is your soul kind of pruning itself? What is still perfecting? What are you still mastering? What are you still cultivating? And where are you realigning yourself with your worth and understanding your worth in? I'm hearing the specifically, what was the term that was coming through? The value of something, but the value is in simply existing, right? The value is in simply existing, and worth being something that's accumulated over time through your participation is this experience alone. I'm hearing the wealth of knowledge that you've accumulated, the wealth of experience that you've accumulated, knowledge of knowing that you return back to. That's what I'm seeing. It's like an accumulation point. It's a culmination point. So the 9 of Pentacles woman, she's not rushing, right? She's just really in this moment, and that's what you're being called to do. The eclipse time is a time to slow down. She's not scrambling. She simply just becomes. And the eclipse is your being in that way. So let's go ahead and break down the Virgo eclipse, what it entails, what the energy is bringing up into your life. I'm also hearing bringing forth, and I'm seeing you kind of being pushed into, into this level of recognition. I'm hearing self-recognition before external. And I'm just seeing something really beautiful that I'm going to get a read on after we go through this of 2027 February, when we have the final eclipse in Virgo. And I'm hearing that's the finale, where she is not just in this moment of recognition, but suddenly she begins gathering an audience. That's what I see. Because Virgo is not about chaos, but is about this secret reordering that's taking place in your life. So, with this Virgo eclipse, you can expect themes around health, service, routine, and the details that make life functional. It's the tiny habits that begin to shape the soul. But Pisces rules your intuition, dreams, and the unseen, surrender and what cannot be controlled. This eclipse reveals what's been brewing beneath the surface, the habits you've outgrown, the service that becomes self-sacrifice, and the healing that you've postponed, the boundaries that you've blurred, and the routines that are quietly reshaping you. This is your moment of refinement. How this eclipse may feel having a human experience is literally a pause in momentum itself. It's a pull into solitude. It could be a recalibration of your beliefs, emotional release, and heightened intuition. There could be a craving for order, clarity, simplicity, a humility washing over the ego, and just a sense inside of you that something is quietly reorganizing in your life. You could feel the need to cleanse, declutter, or reset. The eclipse doesn't ask you to fix anything, it asks you to listen to what is reordering within you. Under this eclipse, you do have Jupiter's blessing, so this is the hidden support that you're receiving. The Moon, Sun, and Mercury all form flowing aspects to Jupiter, which is currently positioned in the sign of Cancer, where it's exalted and has this very nurturing mother archetype. It's like a fairy godmother type of archetype. So this is the universe's gentle hand on your back, and it's helping you understand what feels confusing, also restoring any emotional cohesion that you could be going through. It reconnects you to your faith, and it also reminds you that you're held in this moment. So even if your mind feels foggy, your soul deeply knows innately exactly what's going on. The Sabian symbol of this Virgo eclipse is 13 degrees of Virgo. A powerful statesman overcomes a state of political hysteria. The symbol is about clarity and chaos, leadership when things are unraveling, and the moment someone steps forward with calm instruction and grounded discernment. This symbol speaks to you that you're the statesman, you are the stabilizing force, and you're the one who sees through the noise. At its highest expression, this degree represents decisive action, practical wisdom, grounded leadership, and the courage to finally face what's been avoided. At its shadow, this is indecision, collapse under pressure, avoidance, as well as giving away your authority. The message of this degree is very simple. It's to decide. And to decide in Latin is actually to cut off. And it's not that you're doing things impulsively. Again, the things that you're kind of discarding from your life from this point of awakening, which is really a remembrance. It's not about you changing who you are. It's just you finally discarding all the things whom you are not. And you're doing that with clarity. And that's the gift of Virgo. It's precision in the things that you are eliminating from your life in order to make room for what it is that you're ready to receive. Even if you're receiving yourself in a new way or your own expression, just allow yourself to be held in this return home. On a personal level, this eclipse may help you release things like self-doubt, perfectionism, finally letting go of overworking or hyper-responsibility. You could be clearing health anxieties, healing any burnout or boundary erosion, forgiving yourself or other people, and reconnecting with your inner order and spiritual clarity. On a collective level, it could highlight shifts in healthcare systems, service industries, emotional concerns, confusion around fact versus feelings, and spiritual awakenings. Don't forget that Mercury is retrograding in the sign of Pisces, which blurs logic, so don't expect clarity to arrive in your life until late March or April, but nonetheless, the seed is still being planted now. Your soul is guiding you back into your sovereignty, not through force, but through refinement. And you don't need to rush, you don't need to perform or even prove anything. You're shedding and you're remembering, and you're returning to yourself. Virgo clears the clutter, and Pisces restores the magic. Saturn, Neptune is reshaping your identity, and Jupiter brings everything back into meaning. This eclipse realigns you with your next chapter from the inside out. With that being said, I want to do a quick overlay with tarot. Well, it's a Cosmos Oracle message to see what's happening in your field during this eclipse. What's happening in your field during this eclipse, and then I want to take a look at how that's going to ripple out into February of 2027. Okay, so you have two things. You have attraction and scintillation. Scintillation are downloads, okay? It's about light in which you receive. It talks about it happening in a special or spatial place. And I always see this card as downloads, but this information is coming to you very non-linearly. It's almost as if there's this gut feeling that you have, which is a memory of your future self. And that's why there's such a strong attraction point to a potential idea that you have. Also, I'm hearing a sudden realization, but it's coming through the form of a memory, especially because you have cell at the base. Cell essentially talks about at the center of the cell, there is a nucleus. Inside of the nucleus is DNA, which stores memory. Now, this is the cytoplasm outside of the cell. Okay, this is also known as the cell membrane or plasma membrane, meaning that you're receiving information that goes beyond this vessel, this localized body in which your timeless consciousness experiences and expresses itself through. And there's information that you're receiving from the field, and then it crosses through these different cell walls. Okay, it crosses through this plasma membrane. There is this photon that you receive. It's into communication with source. So, okay, how can I break this down? This is information that you receive from beyond the current coordinate within space and time that you're experiencing yourself through. This is memories from your future self. It's communication that comes in from your future self, especially with scintillation. Scintillation is light, right? Light is photons that's emitted from plasma, which is source. It's a vibrating electrically charged gas, which is plasma. So this is information which you're receiving through the form of feelings, sensations, intuition, knowing things before you know them. It's going to come through symbols, but there's this deep realization of something that's entering into your experience and it's penetrating you on a cellular level. Okay, all right. And attraction talks about just that. It's an idea that you're very attracted to. It's a time in your life that you are recognizing the importance of your arrival at this destination that you find yourself in. And it's not the final destination. It feels like a transit point on the journey you're currently on. So attraction is a force which makes an object, person, situation, pattern, etc. move towards another, vice versa. The magnetism it creates is so large that energy bodies attract each other continuously to find themselves face to face. So on a cellular level, you're going to be very, very drawn towards certain things that are in resonance, because this is happening on a molecular level. Okay, it is the action of attracting, and as a result, it behaves as functioning the law of attraction. This means the energy units emitted will send back a similar wave of energy to the one released. The bodies attract each other due to high energy vibration in tune. So it kind of reminds you of the mirror dimension, where you're attracting things based off of your current frequency. Let me go ahead and read cell. I mean, we'll break that down. That's a whole other rabbit hole. We're not going to get into that because I just want to do a quick overlay. But let me read cell so you can see what I'm talking about. Cell talks about the key to success. Cell is you. You are the key to move freely between realms, the fundamental anatomical unit of all living organisms. There's three main parts of the cell. The cellular membrane, which is this part right here that I was explaining. That's the plasma membrane. That's the cell wall. The nucleus and the cytoplasm. The cellular membrane surrounds the cell and controls what comes in and what comes out. Be aware of the information which we surround ourselves with, feed ourselves, and allow to enter into our aura. The cytoplasm is the fluid within our cells where everything happens and is produced. Maintain a sense of fluidity to let things happen. And then it talks about inside the cell is the nucleus, which contains DNA, which is memory. Always return to the simplicity of what makes us, the important things, the beings, the nucleus, the root, the truth that one carries within them. Being unique, sacred, and essential. The truth can always be found in the nucleus, and the truth is always what sets us free. What is important cannot be seen, but it's still there working for us in full simplicity and humanity. Okay, so this is about information in which you're receiving in other dimensions, because even within your own auric field, you have different dimensional layers that are then, that are projections from your own internal kinetic velocity generators, which are your chakra systems, and they're all self-organized. But then also occupying each one of these dimensional fields are different projections of your subconscious mind. So that could be spirit guides, it may be different archetypes that you're working with that reside inside of those realms, and the information passes back and forth between these different dimensions, and you're able to streamline that information and act upon it. So this is information that you're receiving in a way that is non-linear. It's something that is moving from one dimension to another, and you're acting upon that in your third dimensional experience. Does that make sense? Okay. And that's what scintillation is. Scintillation is light that's being received. Scintillation is like a sudden download in which you're receiving from your future self. Okay, let me go ahead and find this and read it for you. Flash of light. That's the keyword for it. Flash of light. It's a brief but good omen that can repeat itself. It's important to bear in mind that it's an expression of light and energy. Ultimately, it does not matter how long it lasts or if it will be repeated. Instead, one must be able to enjoy the light that it brings. So this is something in high intensity. It talks about a quick explosion of light, and it's a phenomenon. This glare of intense light indicates that something or someone has a quality that they're normally missing. So there's something that you're receiving. It feels like a huge puzzle piece that's leading you towards that culmination point. Let me go ahead and read the energy for February 2027 real quick and see where that's leading you. But it's, yeah, this is very interesting. Let's take a look at February 2027. Protoplanetary disk. The places themselves that planets are formed, okay? And time is relative, which means that, you know, time is the distance between these two events and the illusion of separation between them when both are simultaneously existing and you're consistently exchanging information. Now, protoplanetary disk, I'm hearing through the form of sensation. This is your future self literally speaking to you during this eclipse. And that's why it's important for you to be still. Okay? I'm hearing to quiet the mind so that what you need to hear will get loud and it will come through the form of a knowing and intuitive insight. Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Pisces, right? So that's quite literally the subconscious mind flooding with information. Protoplanetary disk. Where planets have formed themselves. This is where you find yourself in pretty much 1 year. And what's super interesting, under 1 year. I'll have to look into that. I'm hearing 11 months and 11 days, but I'm seeing 11/11, so this is where a wish comes true, specifically. Although all the nebulous material makes it difficult to achieve clarity in the here and now, something large, concrete, solid with endless possibilities is brewing. So something is brewing, and you're going to see exactly what that is by the next eclipse. You're standing in a giant incubator. This is exactly where all planetary systems and physical processes take shape to create a planet. And not just that, it all happens around a star. Not only is there nothing that you need to worry about, but also nothing that you need to do. If lack of clarity caused by the nebula brings anxiety or confusion, remember to pay attention to it at the sky. Sometimes it decides to get the clouds to float across in order to plot certain things together with the sun. On those days, we may only be able to see the clouds at glance, but we know that the sun can also be found on the meeting. Everything is on its path, so just enjoy the journey. And with relativity, it's about enjoying the journey through time. You are your future self with the memory wiped, walking itself back through time to another coordinate within space and time. And you've left yourself these trails, this Easter egg hunt that you're about to embark on, that you already have been embarking on, even though it didn't really feel like an Easter egg hunt at first. It felt like I have no map and I'm just being dropped off into the woods. It's like that. And then suddenly, one day you're walking across the woods and you find this beautiful Easter egg. And you're like, huh, that's interesting. And I'm seeing it as like a fortune cookie where there's like a little hint that you receive that there's a lot more within these woods that you find yourself in within the human experience, right? It's like the woods of discovery. And it's funny because woods in the metaphysical realm actually talks about spiritual discoveries and enlightenment. It's like a journey that the soul is navigating through form. That's what this is. And you're about to find something really, really beautiful. I'm hearing you're going to find yourself in a place where the eggs have been collected, but you put them there. But I'm seeing just someone be in a position where yeah, it never ends. There's a level of contentment here as well. There's a level of satisfaction that I'm seeing you be in February 2027, where you may be witnessing others in your life, those around you, that you'll meet between now and then on their own Easter egg hunt. This is really interesting. Let's go ahead and get one message for you. What is the best archetype to navigate this eclipse through? It's the best octave expression. The octave expression is feeding on the past. So feeding on the past literally talks about, and then you have breaking free, right? So you're breaking free from any kind of point of reference that you've had. There is no point of reference for you. I'm hearing you're in complete new terrain by February 2027. But right now, you're creating history. There's something about you marking something within your historical timeline as you come back to this knowing. It's a moment that you're conscious on the journey itself. Our brains keep us safe, but our hearts set us free. If we live in fear, we can become enthralled with the past, reliving memories of danger and pain to stay safe. But life is in the present, where our heart is beating. We need to be in our heart to feel the enthusiasm it takes to create an awesome future. If you're stuck reliving a memory, ask yourself why you're attached to the memory. Could you let go? Imagine if you forgot it completely. How different would your life be? So that's what you're being called to do now. There's something that you're breaking free and wiping yourself from. This is this eclipse. So this is what it is that you need to hear now. Breaking free of conditioning takes the courage to go it alone. And that's pretty much what the Nine of Pentacles is. You must take on responsibility of being the creator of your reality. If your heart is telling you to leave the safety of the herd, then follow it. It talks about if the ego's not checked and its fear has non-stop chatter, it can take attention away from our heart and drain our energy. Put the fearful mind on hold and get back in touch with what lights you up. So, 𝓤𝓪𝓂𝓪 is a satyr who broke all the rules and achieved the status of a god just for the fun of it. So there's an essence of, you know, humans suffer when they take too seriously what the gods made for fun, what they intended to be fun. In February, the archetype and octave is universal order. So there's an essence of being at a culmination point where there was a secret order to everything that appeared to be disorderly. There was a secret design. The map is internal. It's like you're following this river of stars and seas towards this highest possible destiny, but recognizing that it's all that you already are. It's not something that you'd rather be. You were always the version of self that was discovering how you did it. You were witnessing the becoming of something that has already come to be. You are one with the ordering principle of the universe. You can witness the principle in geometry, mathematics, and galaxies that form from chaos into spirals. You're an integral part of the great mystery, and without you, the equation of the universe would be incomplete. That's how important you are. You're living life, but life is also living you when your ego gets stuck in a state of confusion. Stop trying to control everything and see where the pattern of the universe takes you. So that's the cosmic tapestry of life. And it's this thread of confusion that you're receiving in regards to how the memories, how this intuitive knowing, how these gut feelings are coming through for you, especially because this is happening during a Mercury retrograde in Pisces there along the North Node. But you're being sent on something that appears to be a side quest, but it's allowing you to obtain something in your inventory. It may be information, it could be a person that you're going to be meeting, it could be an experience that is going to be really beneficial for you. It's something that is going to be really valuable for you for that third eclipse. So it becomes something that contributes and connects you to that main quest. It's like you are being sent on a legendary side quest, and that's what Neptune North Node is all about. Jupiter North Node is all about. It's that curiosity to experience life, to fully immerse yourself in the experience. And that comes with, I'm hearing, cohabiting with fear, but also recognizing the part of your sovereign being that has been untouched by it, that's unfazed by it, and just quietly observes it. Where you're ending up is there's a secret order to it all. Something was brewing. Yeah. I'm going to leave it there. It's very mysterious, okay? It's very mysterious. It's just the energy of itself. I trust that this was everything that you need to hear at this stage of your journey. Maybe let me get one soul's journey message. Gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So pay attention to what enters your field right now. Okay, and be grateful for the arrival back to yourself. You know, when you move from lifetime to lifetime without this remembering. The soul card is telling you that it's time to stop, close your eyes, and become mindful of the incredible gift the universe has bestowed upon you in offering valuable and unique lessons, tailored especially for your soul. This is an important reminder to express your appreciation for what has been and what will be, and most important, who you are. It's time to acknowledge to the universe how thankful you are for being provided these opportunities for insights and understanding. It's also time for your soul to share recognition of all those loved ones in your life upon the earth or in spirit who has helped you to get to where it is that you are now. You may even find it helpful to begin to write a list of all the things that you're grateful for in your life. When you put forth this contemplation and the energy to do this, it awakens thoughts and acknowledge your connection to all that is. By bringing yourself into a state of gratitude, it not only has a transforming effect on your life, I have low battery right now, but in the sacred space surrounding you, but also brings about an overall sense of health and well-being, okay? And then you have doubt beneath that. So be grateful that you don't know all the answers right now, because you get to experience the journey of point A to point B. Follow your heart's desires and allow the universe to reveal its mysteries to you. I feel like you're going to be very surprised at where following your heart guides you and leads you in this existence, and how it leads you through this existence beyond what it is that the analytical mind could even ever comprehend or could even ever plan. Allow yourself to be surprised by everything that you have left in store for yourself to find, to stumble upon. That's where the magic is, in the unknown. That's the quantum. So, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. There will be a waiting list for May though, unless things get moved up earlier, yada yada yada. But yes, guys, check out Otter Spirit if you're looking for some high quality AA grade jewelry. One of the proceeds are donated towards Otter Sanctuaries. You have 2 discount codes for that in the description box down below. And I'll speak to you very soon. Until next time, bye.